Now, how do we solve this question? We are asked to find the perimeter of the segment of a circle of radius 14 centimeter if the chord sustains angle 104 degree at the center. Now, for you to get a proper description of this question, all you need to do is to draw the diagram. Remember, you are asked to find the perimeter of the segment of a circle. Now, if we have a circle like this, we are told that the circle has radius of what? Of 14 centimeter. Radius r is equal to what? 14 centimeter, and the angle it sustains at the center is 104 degree at the center. So if we assume that this is the chord, remember they say is a chord. If the chord sustains angle, this chord has what? Has this radius, which is what? 14 centimeter, and this is 14 centimeter, and this angle sustained is angle what? 104 degree. Now let's assume that this chord is x and this end is y. This is called xy, and if we assume that this place is the center, is A, that means all this place is the what? Is the segment of the circle. Remember, I told you that the segment of the circle is the what? Is the part that is divided by the what? The chord and the arc of a given circle. So they will define a segment as the part of the circle that is surrounded by an arc or the chord and the chord of the what? Of the circle. So we are asked to what? To find the perimeter of the segment, which is what? Which is this what? This side. Perimeter is just the length covered by a given what? Space. Now let's say P represents the perimeter of the what? Segment. So our P is exactly what we are looking for. So the next thing we need to do now is to recall that the perimeter of a segment is equal to what? The length of the arc, the length of the arc plus what? The length of the what? The length of what? The chord. Now the length of this arc plus the length of this chord is the what? The perimeter. The perimeter, that is the perimeter of what? The segment of this circle. So the perimeter of the segment of any circle is equal to that. And recall that we said the length of an arc is equal to what? Theta over what? 360 times what? 2 pi what? R plus the length of the chord we derived is what? Is what? 2r sine what? Sine theta over what? 2. Why is it sine theta over 2? Because normally this is what? This is a part. This part is what? Theta over 2, and this part will be what? Theta over 2. So this time around we are giving the whole what? The whole angle. So we are going to find in one part, we are going to look for what theta is, because theta, we are giving theta here to be equal to 108. So if theta over 2 is what we'll be looking for here, so that means theta over 2 will be 104 divided by what? 2, and that will give you what? This will give us 5, and this will give us what? 2. So this will give you what? 52 what? Degree. So our theta over 2 will be what? Will be 52 degrees. So let's keep that aside. Now let's simplify this equation. Our P now, the perimeter of the segment of that circle will be, remember we have 2r here and we have 2r. So 2r is common, we'll bring out 2 what? R, and this will give us what? Our theta pi over what? Over 360 plus what? Plus r what? Sine what? Sine theta over what? 2. So if we simplify this, we'll be able to get the result to that what? To that question. So having gotten to this part now, the next thing we need to do is to simplify, is to input all these parameters into our equation. And recall that our pi is equal to 22 over 7 or 3.142. That's the constant value. So we are going to have our P to be equal to 2 times R is what? 14. into bracket theta is what? 104 over what? 360 multiplied by 22 over what? 7. That's the value for what? For pi. So we are going to have this to be sine of what? Theta over 2 will give us sine of what? 52 what? Degree. Now simplifying this further, we're going to have our p to be equal to what? 28 into bracket this times this will give us what? 104 times 22 will give us what? 104 times 22. 104 times 22 will give us what? 288 divided by what? That is 360 times what? 7. That will give us 2520 plus sine of 52. Sine 52 will give us what? Sine of the value 52 will be equal to what? 0.788 what? 0. So gradually we are reducing what? We are reducing this what? This value. So all we need to do is to simplify this further, and to simplify this further we are going to have this given value. So let's simplify this further. If we simplify this further, we're going to have our p to be equal to what? 28 into bracket this divided by this, that will give you 2288 divided by 2520. That will give us what? 0.9079 plus what? 0.7880. Good. So gradually we are getting the perimeter of that segment of that circle. This value plus this value will now give us what? 0.9079 plus 0.7880, and that will give us what? 1 point what? That will give us 1 point what? 28 into bracket 1.695 what? 9. This multiplied by this multiplied by 28 will be equal to, so our p will be equal to what? 47.48 centimeter. Remember, it's going to be centimeter because the perimeter of the circle is just the sum of what? This part plus what? Plus this what? Part. So we'll get our 42.45 centimeter, which will be what? Approximately what? 47.5 centimeter. So you see, if you are sitting for any of these external exams, all you need to do is to follow this step, and then you get the solution to this question. I look forward to seeing you watch subsequent of our videos, and if you want links to this video, I want you to check the description section of this video. Thanks so much.